What up, everybody? It's your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm doing a weekly forecast for the week of October 27th, 2019 until pardon me, it's a new month, November 3rd, 2019. It is a new month, and happy Halloween to everybody. So I hope you guys are having fun on Halloween, having those dope costumes. But I do have November horoscopes available for all signs on my website under the horoscopes page. I'll leave the link in the description box for that. I do have a November 2019 general forecast video that's coming out as well, just to let you guys know what the general planetary energy, the cosmic weather, if you will, is going to be like in the month of November. But if you want to know what it is for your sign, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, those are available on my website for download or for purchase, and then I'll send you the link to download. All right, everybody. Oh, and also I do have some classes coming up in November, so stay tuned for those. I do have a class of Astrolingo 101, which is like the basic language of astrology for beginners. And if you would like to purchase that, that's also on my website too, under the specials page. Okay, so check it out. So what's going on this week? Starting with the 27th of October. Well, we have a Mars square Saturn transit that's going on this whole week. It's exact on the 27th. So, it's still going to carry on throughout the week. I think I covered this last week as well, but just to cover it again a little bit, Mars is a planet of action and Saturn's a planet of this is a planet of go, go, go. And this is a planet of stop, hold up, slow your roll. You gotta, take time to go through a list of things and make sure you're doing the right thing, go in the right place, and what are you doing and all that stuff. That's what Saturn asks, a bunch of questions. It's like Mars is like the kid, the toddler that just wants to go and run and jump and run its head into stuff. And then Saturn's like the parent that's like, hold on, what are you doing? Okay, and why? So that's kind of how we can feel this week, a lot of stop and go energy. And also, not just that, but like Mars square Saturn, it's like a challenge, a square aspect is tension between the two planets. So we will want to go, and do things, but there could be some stops, some frustration that's going on. But the good thing about this, even though it's a frustrating aspect, it's tension, but with tension, we will want to achieve things. Like we'll be able to have more willpower to climb over hurdles. Like they'll frustrate us so much that we'll want to put in extra effort to push through to achieve things. So that's something good that can come out of this transit. So this carries over into the week, you guys. Mars is building up to a square to Pluto. Ooh, which is not so nice either. Mars square Pluto. I'll talk about it more when we get to that exact aspect. But Mars square Pluto is building, which can be tense as well, and sometimes it could be a little violent. I'm not gonna lie. It could be like you really want to punch a wall or punch somebody in the face, but you can't for some reason. Something's stopping you, and that's kind of where Saturn steps in, So you'll be like, today I got time, and then Saturn's like, no. But like Mars and Pluto square is like, ready to throw down. So that energy can be, there can literally be like some fights that are stopped. You feel like fighting, but then something or someone stops you and says, hey, hold up, think about your actions first, So that energy is throughout this week. We also had a new moon in Scorpio on the 27th. So even though the new moon is actually like on that day, the energy of it carries on for the next couple weeks. So there's a new beginning and something revolving around Scorpio. Scorpio involves secrets. It could be secrets are revealed, or things are like, what's hidden comes to light, deep, dark secrets. OM to the G, has that really come into effect? I've heard some stories, and it's opposing Uranus, which is like sudden, unexpected things. So expect the freaking unexpected this week, you guys. Building up to the new moon, the days prior, I'm telling you, it was really expect the unexpected. Like there were things that I expected a certain outcome, and then Uranus was like, da 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 da, surprise, bitch. Gotcha. It's actually something else. And it's like, what? Excuse me, what's going on here? So and I, of course, people that share stories with me or experiences, or that I talk to regularly, they've told me they've gotten some surprise things too. Like there was like 1 or 2 people that their vehicles were repossessed. And Scorpio and Taurus, that axis deals with property, with your material things and with your finances. And there was like a surprise, repossession of an item, an important asset. So it's like surprises, surprises. Some surprises can be good, but some of them, it's just like, really, there's just been a lot of weirdness. People have been very antsy and anxious. A lot of anxiety this week. Uranus can cause some anxiety. It does rule electricity and lightning. So it is kind of like you're being shocked and zapped and stuff constantly when there's a heavy Uranus transit. So just the sun opposing the new moon brought about some things, like events or something. Some surprising secrets may have come to light. But then the sun carries on to be in opposition to Uranus the rest of the week. So, it's still like that antsy, nervous energy. A lot of people might be restless and maybe harder to sleep and so on. Okay. So then, it's like on the 28th is the exact opposition of the sun and Uranus. But the moon continues to be in Scorpio until the 29th. So, day. The moon continues to move through Scorpio. So it's still like that energy, that secretive energy. That's all the Scorpio energy in the sky. And, while there was all this Scorpio energy in the sky, I posted a little something on my Instagram in the stories, just, talking about something to do with Scorpio energy. A lot of you guys know, I possess it myself. My rising sign is Scorpio, and your rising sign is like a really big part of you and your personality and how you present yourself to the world and yada, 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 how you carry yourself. So I'm very much a Scorpio. And so all this energy activated in the sky in Scorpio just had me thinking about stuff like just hearing stories, and then, some personal experiences as well, reflecting upon them, about how like a lot of times, like I just know Scorpio is it's a very deep sign, very deep. It's a water sign. Water signs deal with emotions. They're very emotional. How they each show their emotions is different. Okay. But they're very feeling. It's very feeling energy. And Scorpio energy connects to the soul. It deals with like soul to soul contacts with people, intimacy. Intimacy doesn't always mean like taking off your clothes and doing the butt. Okay, it means you really open up your heart and your mind and your body and your soul and all of that, like to be vulnerable, so another person can see it. Like you bear all, and you tell someone what your fears are and what your weaknesses are and all that stuff. Like that's sharing. All that is intimate, right? Because Scorpio energy is very like, it's like the scorpion. It has a hard shell that protects the soft inside, because it's like the inside is so soft that the scorpion feels like it has to fight so hard to like make sure nobody gets to it, So when you allow someone to get to that soft inside, that's intimate right there. So that's why Scorpio rules that. And it just had me thinking like just about how a lot of, especially in today's culture, it's like a normal thing to just kind of use people and dispose of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the online dating thing. A lot of people around me are down with online dating, and I notice a lot of them have a lot of air sign energy, and like air and fire, And me personally, I'm like all earth and water, mostly just earth and water. So earth and water is very much about growth and like slow moving, and about like quality over quantity. But air energy, no disrespect to the air signs, but like I notice air signs are more down with the online dating thing. And to me, it just seems weird. Like it's like you order a human as if you order like a freaking like something off of Uber Eats. Or you order some food online to be delivered, and then, or just something in general, like, let me order a human real quick. They got to be this tall and this and this, and then let me see what they can do for me. And then when you get that human that you ordered online, sometimes it's like, oh, they weren't up to my standards, or I wasn't really satisfied, so I'll just send them back. Or, oh, I won't come to this. It's like, I won't come to this restaurant again. You know, like you tried out this human and you don't really like them, so it's just like, just send them away. With water and earth energies, if you're very dominant in them, it's very hard to do stuff like that. So all this Scorpio energy in the air just had me really thinking about stuff like that. Like how people just like, oh, you know, I just want to, you know, use this person for 1 or 2 body parts, and then maybe to spend some money on me, and then just throw them in the trash if there's like something I don't really like. And I don't know, to water energy, especially Scorpio, like that's like weird, you know, because water signs, especially, they connect to the souls of people. So I don't know. It's just something to kind of think about, I guess, like how we can just like not even look at people as having a soul as well as a body, you know, and like we don't really see the value in humans. Like Scorpio Taurus axis deals with value, you know, the value of people on the soul level, and you know, the value of like the physical part of life too is Taurus. And, you know, value and worth of things and people. So I don't know. It's just something that it just kind of came up that I was thinking about. So yeah, Scorpio energy. That's why Scorpio energy makes it so hard for you to let go of people, because it's like you connect to different parts of a person, not just like one part. Even though Scorpio does rule the, you know what I'm saying, that area of the body. It's not all it deals with. So anyway, I don't want to go on a tangent about that. On with the forecast. Yeah, but I just kind of wrote something about that. Scorpio's very deep, you know what I mean? And all that energy in the air, people may be feeling like they want to connect to people deeply and not just like fly by night. But that's going to change a little bit. It's going to start to shift a little bit by the end of the week. And I'll tell you guys why when we get there, okay? So the 29th, this is when we have the moon move into Sagittarius. The moon will be in Sag for a couple of days, and until the 31st, until Halloween. So the moon will be in Sagittarius, and moon and Sag days are so much fun. I think they are. The attitude changes to more happy-go-lucky, don't worry, be happy. You know, let's celebrate life and everything in it. Eat, drink, and be merry, and just like throw money in the air like you just don't care. Woo! Like even if it's only like 4 pennies that you got, you throw it in the air. You know what I'm saying? And you don't care where it falls. And then it's like, oh, well, I'll get some more. It's that attitude. We could do things in excess when the moon is in Sag, but it's celebratory energy. So it's a lot of fun. So the moon will be there, and that's kind of the attitude. But we can do things a little bit too much, go overboard, you know, with a lot of stuff like spending, eating, drinking, all of that. But it's like the attitude shifts. It's more lighthearted to bring some more lighter energy to this heavy Scorpio stuff, you know? So we got the moon in Sag. Actually, on the 30th and into the 31st, the moon joined Jupiter. Moon conjunct Jupiter days and nights are ones where you're really just trying to turn up. You're really trying to celebrate and just like pour it up, toast it up, whatever, you know, like literally like drinking a lot of alcohol is this energy right here. But celebrating things, even if you don't really have anything major, it's just like woohoo is the attitude. So party on, you know, with moon and Jupiter and Sag. But yeah, beware of, once again, doing things in excess, eating too much, drinking too much, and so on. But also on the 30th, Mercury and Venus are in conjunction with one another. Mercury is slowing down. Mercury is still in its shadow period. Mercury goes retrograde the next day on the 31st, but it's like slowing down and sitting there. Okay, so pay attention to 27 degrees of Scorpio. This is going to be an important number, an important degree, because it will revisit. It'll sit here, go back to 11 degrees of Scorpio, somewhere like right here. And then it'll go forward again, and it will pass this point again. So 11 and 27 degrees of Scorpio, wherever whatever's going on when Mercury is in those degrees on those days, which you can always look at an ephemeris for that. I use cafe astrology table. Some people hate on it, but everybody's eyes are different with how they see things. Okay. But those are important days for whatever's going on at 27 degrees of Scorpio is going to be revisited again, like the first couple days in November, and then again later on, like I think late November or into December. I don't have my ephemeris up. Shame on me. But just know that things can repeat themselves and be looked at again from different eyes. Okay. But Mercury and Venus together. This is dope energy. This is people, hopefully it's kind of like letting things slide a little bit more than usual. It could be people are talking more in a more Venusian way, like more nicer, more like charming and lovey-dovey and stuff. With it being in Scorpio is not the most like openly communicative sign, like just wanting to chat with everybody, but you may want to have those deep, intimate conversations that are enjoyable, with people when Mercury and Venus are conjunct. And also, Mercury rules skills of the hands, and Venus is beauty and talent. I mean, like beauty and art and stuff, talents and beauty and art. So people who are artists, like some of the dopest art can come out with Mercury conjunct Venus. It could be like writing things like songs or poems or whatever about Venus, stuff like love. It could be if you play an instrument, hands is Mercury and beauty is Venus. So creating beautiful sounds, drawing, painting, anything you do with your hands and beauty. Okay. So your makeup may come out extra poppin' if you're a girl or a guy that wears makeup, or your hair, you get your hair did. If you do it yourself, even, it can come out like really good when Mercury and Venus are together. So it's exact on the 30th. Okay. So then we move to the 31st, Halloween. Hey. And remember, you guys, I'm on Pacific time. I think it's going to shift to mountain soon, but pretty much the west coast of the US and A is the time that I have up here. So Moon and Jupiter still in Sag, like on Halloween. It shifts into Capricorn later in the evening, and that's when people may start to be a little bit less generous and start like maybe pulling the candy in early, like, you pesky kids aren't getting any more of my candy because you go on my lawn. Like Capricorn moon days, we all tend to turn into like grumpy old people. Okay, no matter what your age is, chronologically or spiritually age, it doesn't matter. You'll be a grumpy old grandpa. So yeah, but the moon is in Sag the whole day with Jupiter. So beware if you have kids, or if you are still a kid, big or small kid, and you like to eat candy, you can probably eat a little too much, go a little too far with the sugar, with Moon and Jupiter in Sag that day. Venus is at the very last, the anoretic degree, to be a nerd, okay? Pushing my glasses up, degree of Scorpio, the 29th degree of Scorpio. And then Mercury is at 27 degrees, and it hits retrograde. It hits that retrograde, meaning it's starting to go backwards in orbit, okay? So that's on Halloween. So keep track of your kids. Mercury going retrograde means you can lose track of stuff very easily. Lose track of your things, your people, your mind, all of that. And Mercury will be retrograde until mid-November. I had it all written down somewhere. See, it's in shadow period, and it's in one of my signs. So I'm like, yo, I've got like 3-4 notebooks, and I'm like, what's in what? What is where? Let's see. Yeah, Mercury will be retrograde. It'll go direct on November 20th, but it'll still be in its shadow period till like the second week, I believe, of December. Okay, so it goes retrograde on Halloween. So yeah, please forgive people and yourselves, you guys, if during this time you are like kind of losing your mind, you're losing track of things, you're forgetting information and all that stuff. Because I have noticed, I have heard people be harder on others about stuff like that. Like, I don't know what's going on with this person. They're forgetting this, they're forgetting that. Oh my God, la 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 la. Look, Mercury retrograde is not an excuse, but please just try to have patience, because we need to remember to go over things more thoroughly during this time. And it's hard. It's hard especially if you're like, you have a routine, you usually do things a certain way. Maybe it may not work the same way during Mercury retrograde. I'm just saying. Mercury rules mail, like postal mail, email, text messages, however you deliver text or words to people. So all of that stuff can be, trust me, the confusion is already real with the misconceptions, miscommunication, and all of that. So when it goes retrograde, like for real, that's going to pick up. Okay. And just, yeah. So it starts on the 31st on Halloween. Okay. Now where's my other notebook again? All right. So, the moon enters Cappy on the 31st, and it stays there until, I think, till November 2nd. So the moon moves into Cap. And like I said, those are days where people are just like, get off my lawn, you brats. Okay. And other old people sayings. But moon and Cap days are really good for being more responsible. Like, sitting down and just doing your work, doing whatever tasks that you have, and not like messing off, And I think moon and Cap days are really good for Mercury retrograde, because you make errors and mistakes with Mercury retrograde. And then with the moon and Cap, you're like willing to do whatever it takes to fix it, to work hard, to fix things. You're able to find solutions. Cap energy is very no nonsense, no excuses. You just get it done, no matter how long it takes. So yeah, you can work really hard at correcting mistakes and stuff. But yeah, it's not the most fun Cappy energy. It's all work and no play. But Cap energy can be very much about work very hard and then treat yourself, like reward yourself big. Okay, so it's that energy that starts on the 31st and continues on the 2nd. Or the 1st. Okay. And then November 1st, Venus enters Sagittarius. Venus in Sag is a lot of fun. I talked about this on the November general forecast, so look out for that when it comes out. It should be, it'll come out soon. But Venus in Sag, Venus will be in Sagittarius throughout the month of November. Okay. Let's see. She's there until November 25th. So from the 1st to the 25th, Venus is in Sag. This is such a fun energy. Fun, adventurous. You want to step outside your comfort zone. You want to get out. You want to like climb mountains. You want to go, on bungee jumping and jump out of airplanes, like some crazy stuff when Venus is in Sagittarius, because Venus rules what we enjoy doing, activities and whatever. So Sagittarius rules different cultures. So you want to get out and do some cultural things, go to some cultural events and try some different cultural foods, stuff like that. So, Venus in Sag is a lot of fun. She will eventually make some not so fun aspect to Neptune later in the month. I talk about that in the November forecast, but she's a lot of fun. So, but she can be flighty when it comes to love. She does not want to be tamed. Sag is the horses are ruled by Sagittarius, and a lot of Sag-born people like horses. So it's like galloping off, and it's like the Knight of Wands in the tarot cards. The Knight of Wands, Knight of Rods, whatever, Knight of Fire, same thing. It's like galloping off to the next adventure. You can't catch me. Try to catch me if you can. Like, that's what it is. Travel is Sagittarius, so enjoying more travel during this time. And also it's that spirit of eat, drink, and be merry. Sagittarius season, quote unquote, meaning what normal people know is the the sun when it enters Sagittarius, which is later in the month. But how we do. We know that other planets move through the signs, so Sag season kicks off with Venus entering there. So that Thanksgiving attitude of eat, drink, and be merry and celebrate and hang out and all that, that's Venus and Sag. Okay. We'll want to do that. Doing things in excess, though, I'm telling you, she will overdo things. But yeah, Venus enters Sag on November 1st. We also have, even though we have this fun energy here, we still have the moon and Saturn coming together in the evening into the early morning or next day of November 1st and 2nd. So these days could be a little like that could be kind of like a downer energy, It's like you don't really want to do much. You're just like, I don't know. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, or you feel like people are putting pressure on you to do stuff. When we have Moon and Saturn together, it's just like, it's like Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh. Like, like, oh my God, like, it's not fun. It's, I have to stay home and do my chores and my responsibilities, and I have to work overtime, and like, that's Moon and Saturn energy. So, Venus will make us want to have a good time, but this energy is not so fun for a Friday night. I'm just saying. Okay. And then pretty much there's not many other aspects that are major to talk about. The moon stays in Cap throughout November 2nd. So that's like the moon, which rules the mood, is like not that great for the first weekend in November. If you are somebody that works hard, or you're a business person, and that's your way of having fun is working, oh yeah, this is a joy to you. But for other people that just like to get out and celebrate things and be excited about life, this energy kind of is a mood killer a little bit. But you can still tap into Venus and Sag, you know what I'm saying, to like lighten the mood. Okay. All right. And then we have November 3rd. The moon is in Aquarius. I think the moon, she enters Aquarius probably like early in the morning. Yeah, or in the wee hours of November 3rd, if you're here in my time zone. So moon in Aquarius days are ones where you can maybe be frustrated with humanity, and you find yourself saying some stuff like, I wish I could be beamed up back home to my real planet, because humans I can't do. Like, I don't like humans that much. You could feel really like an alien and very anti everything when the moon's in Aquarius, and just want to be you, just do your own thing, not really care what other people say. And the moon will square Uranus. Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, so the moon will be in the sign of Uranus and be squaring Uranus. So that can cause some kind of like more like anxiety, tension, frustration, like early in the day on the 3rd. Antsiness, but the good thing about moon and Aquarius days is like they help you to kind of think outside the box and find solutions to things quickly, like not just one way of doing stuff. If one way doesn't work, you're able to look at another and another, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. Moon and Aquarius days are good for watching sci-fi stuff and stuff about aliens, like abduction videos or TV shows, which I'm raising my hand. Hey, I like to do that on those days. Moon and Aquarius days are good for networking and social media, and just talking to people, and also standing up for people. Standing up for the underdog is Aquarian energy. Being a humanitarian is Aquarius energy. But yeah, like I notice on Moon and Aquarius days, even I'm not an Aquarius, but like, and other people that are not Aquariuses, I notice we all have those comments that we say like, I just can't stand people. I can't stand humans. Oh my God, humans do the weirdest things. Like we really get into our alien zones on those days, like big time. It's a good days to discover like new and exciting things in technology and pop culture, media, and all that. And other than that, there's not really any crazy aspects. The sun still is opposing Uranus. Mercury's still in retrograde. Everything else is still pretty much like slower moving and staying the same. So that's it, you guys. That's October 27th through November 3rd of 2019. I hope you found this to be helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, stay tuned for the November general forecast for all of us so I'll tell you all about the month of November, what it's going to be like. And if you want a video for your sign, go to my website. I'll leave the link below. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. All right. Peace.